In the video where we downloaded and installed code blocks, we saw the most basic C++ program, the Hello World program. Let's open it and try to understand it line by line. So I'll go to open an existing project and then I'll choose my Hello World program, and you need to open hello world.cpp. Let's open it. Okay, so one thing I would like to add is you won't get the code completely right now. Okay, coding is not something you learn in a day. It demands time. It will take time to get confident and code fearlessly. Okay, so let's try to understand it, but the concepts will become more clear once we get ahead and learn more about the language. So the first line here starts with a hash sign or the pound sign. This is an indicator to the preprocessor that this is a preprocessor statement. Preprocessing is the basic, it's the first step of compilation process. We will discuss the various steps of compilation in a different video, but right now you just need to understand that the first step of compilation is preprocessor. So before compiling the other statements of the code, preprocessor statements are looked upon. Then the next word is include. This is just a command to the preprocessor that include the file which is following next. So the next file which you need to include is IOStream. So this statement in overall calls the compiler and asks it to include a file, and the name of the file is IOStream. IOStream contains the objects and functions which are required for input and output. So you need to include it in any basic C++ program. Next, in the second line we have using namespace std. Namespaces are a somewhat recent addition to C++. Using is just a keyword to indicate that we are using this namespace. Namespace is a way to differentiate two functions, two objects with the same name. So imagine there are two girls named Zara. So if you call Zara, it is confusing that which Zara you are calling. If you make something which differentiates both of them, like they belong to different places. So if you say that, okay, I am calling Zara from this place, so this differentiates both of them. So namespaces are somewhat like that place, a thing which differentiates objects, functions, or anything with same name. Here we are using a namespace std. Again, this is the line which you need to include in every basic C++ program, because this contains the objects which are used in input and output, and you need to do input output in every program. So you need this two lines in every basic C++ program. The next few lines are a function definition. The name of this function is main function. This is the function which is called when you run your program. This is the first function to be called. All other functions need to be explicitly called by you when you need to use them. Main is a function which is called by the compiler itself. It calls it to execute, to start executing your program. Int is a data type representing integers. So here we write the data type which the function returns. So this main function will always return an integer. So you need to write int main always. Then these parentheses are a way to indicate functions. So every function will have a data type over here, its name over here, and these parentheses here. Then we'll have a pair of curly braces, and inside these curly braces we put the definition, we put the statements which are to be executed upon calling this function. So in this function what we need to do is print hello world. We have an object called cout. This is the object which we use for output. So out here is for output and C is for console. Console output is the output which appears on your black screen. So we use console output. For now, you just need to understand that whenever you need to print something, use cout. How cout actually works and what is cout actually, we'll discuss about that later on. For now, you just need to understand that cout is to be used whenever you need to write something on the output screen. How to use cout? First you write cout, then you use these two less than signs which indicate that whatever is written here is to be printed on this object. So what is this object cout? This is the output screen. So you need to write hello world on the output screen. And then it's end L. End L is end line. So after you write end hello world, you need to go to the next line. So if something else would have been written in this program apart from hello world, that would appear on the next line. Let's now build and run it. So I build and run it and I see the screen containing hello world. Now let's try out something. Let's now add one more line to our program. I'll add a cout, then two less than signs, then I'll write say welcome to fearless coding, and then I end the statement with a semicolon. Semicolon is used to indicate that the statement ends here. Now I run it. You will see hello world on first line and welcome to fearless coding on the other. Now let me show what endl indicates. If I remove this endl from here and then run it again, you will see hello world, welcome to fearless coding in the same line. Okay, so let's insert it back and let's continue. So whatever you need to print, you need to insert it in double quotes. Double quotes indicates that whatever is written inside double quotes, that is to be printed as it is on the output screen. So for example, when you start working with variables, variables hold some value. So if you need to output the value of a variable, you will not enclose it within double quotes, because if you enclose it within double quotes, the variable, the name of the variable will be printed as it is, not its value. So this is the cout statement. Then we have return 0. So this is also to be included in every C++ program you make. Return 0 is, since here we indicated that the main function is going to return an integer, so here return is the keyword which is used to return something from a function, and then we write an integer 0. So the basic convention, the convention used is this, that when your program returns successfully, you return a 0 from the program, and when you return from the program due to some error, you return 1. In fact, you can write anything over here. You can write 5 and then try to run it. It will run completely correctly. But following the convention, we should return 0 if you think that your function is returning after doing what you think it should have done, and if it is returning Without doing your assigned job, it should return 1. Now it's time for you to code something. What I want you to do is you need to print your name on the black screen, and then on the next line you need to print something about you, maybe your hobbies or anything. So let me help you out. You need to do these statements as they are, leave them as it is. When you create a new project, a hello world project would be automatically created. Leave everything as it is. Just change the cout statements, add some cout statements, remove the cout statements, do whatever you want to do with that, and let everything else be as they are.